Amazon's been around for what seems like bloody ages, but the question is it still the best place for beginners, intermediates, and advanced people to be selling their stuff? Whether that's here in Australia or indeed right around the world. So in this video, I'm going to talk you through why Amazon is right now hot as balls. See you soon. One of my strategies for picking new product niches is to look at what's happening in other marketplaces and look at what's happening in other disciplines and make assumptions based on what those disciplines are going on. So an example of that, for instance, is I look at stock prices, and if there's a stock that I know is on the up and up, and that particular product that company makes is available to sell on Amazon, then I will look at that as an opportunity. I don't know if that makes sense or not. Something I've been doing for a little while. I freaking love it. It is a way that you can tap into some serious hive mind, and I don't see anybody else doing it. But anyway, it works really, really super well. So one thing that I saw on the back of that, I invest in stocks and as well as some other shit, and I noticed this is one of the particular websites I use to invest in stocks. Okay, this is called Datarama, datarama.com. You can go check it out for yourself if you want. They do have a paid version of it, but really I pay, but you don't need to for what I'm going to tell you anyway. So here's what I think kind of interesting. So these are, I could get into a lot more depth of this, but I don't think it's the appropriate time. These are the current top 10 buys based upon all of these super sophisticated so-called super investors. Okay, so you've got people like Warren Buffett, you got people like, who else have we got here? Bill Ackman, who's a really smart guy, Chris Davis, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so all of these fantastic stock investors, these are their top 10 buys in the previous quarter, because they have to report what their stock they're buying. I thought it was kind of interesting that heaps of them are buying Amazon. Heaps of them are buying Amazon. So Amazon's bull run is not finished. If anything, it's growing and growing and growing. The other thing I thought, which is interesting, so Alibaba as well, that bull run is on the up as well. Full disclosure, I'm an investor in both of those companies, Alibaba and Amazon, but that bull run is on the up, even with a PE ratio of, where's this P, of 61. So their price earnings ratio is 61, whereas Alibaba is like 30, something like that. Even with that, what's happening on Amazon is insane. And I also read as well about Amazon and the saturation point of Amazon, and how we're just nowhere near that yet. So what's happening is a lot of beginners, particularly in China, are getting kicked off of Amazon, which of course is fantastic for us, because they're doing things wrong, or because they haven't set themselves up properly, or because they're engaging in nefarious practices, blah, blah, blah. And so they're getting kicked off. So is there space for new people coming on? And Amazon as a whole, in terms of the marketplace penetration, is growing. So the bottom line here is, if you have not got your shit together yet to get your product up and running on Amazon, get into gear. There's literally never been a better time to be an e-commerce entrepreneur than right now. We've got Amazon Prime coming up. I'll talk about Prime in just a little wee while for you. Got Amazon Prime coming up, and it is rumored / I have somebody who works at Amazon who may or may not have mentioned it to me, that there is another Prime event later this year for the first time ever. It's a good time. If you haven't got your shit together yet, it's time to get your shit together. I do, lots of people talking about this, I I do this all the time. So all the time, you can check out their filings of what they purchase. People like Bill Ackman, Michael Burry, who's one of my favorite guys. Yeah, it's pretty sexy. So if you haven't tried that, give it a try. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but that's really, really good. Hi, this is Neil from the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, where we help people just like you start their own successful business selling things online here in Australia. We've helped over 2,500 people get up and running and making money with sales of over $50 million. To find out more about what we do, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au.